Hey there, Goldergeri here, and welcome to another reaction video. Before I move on to reacting to a video, I like to say something, and it's that you remember I posted a video called Why PewDiePie is the Dumbest YouTuber Ever reaction. Well, I never expected to have my video over 1,000 views, which is the most viewed video on my channel. While Why PewDiePie is the Dumbest YouTuber reaction is the most viewed video on my channel, it also received more dislikes than likes, which I'm not really happy about that. I asked you guys why is it bad, and some of you said that this video is low quality, like the video, that I'm reacting to keeps buffering. Well, let me explain this, alright? The truth is, I'm actually new to making reaction videos, and also I owned a Mac, and I'm using QuickTime Player, and I discovered that if you screen record and movie record or audio record at the same time, then it'll cause the video to buffer. So yeah, I'm not really sure how can I prevent this from buffering. I thought of using a camera so that it won't buffer, but since that the screen recording on QuickTime Player won't let me record the sounds coming from the video, you won't hear the sounds coming from the video that well. Comment below if you know how to prevent this from buffering. Alright. Anyways, I felt very sad since I received more dislikes than likes, and I did not receive any subscribers at all. Like, so far I have like 2 subscribers, and I have 2 subscribers before making reaction videos, and then yesterday I received 1 subscriber, and the YouTuber's name is Flizash Xbox One. Flizash Xbox One has like no subscribers, and since he finally subscribed to my channel after I decided to make reaction videos, I decided to subscribe his channel. So Flizash, if you're watching this, thank you for subscribing my channel. Without you, then maybe I'll quit making reaction videos. So yeah, now that I'm done talking about the video that I reacted to like 2 days ago, let's go ahead and react to a video called Game Theory: Why Team Mystic Dominates Pokemon Go. And let me tell you, again, I played Pokemon Go before, and I never expected for Pokemon Go to become really popular. Like, Pokemon Go is everywhere, all across the country. And when I played Pokemon Go, I've enjoyed it. Like, I've caught like over 60 Pokemon now. And yes, I did join Team Mystic because I actually thought Articuno's better than the other 3 legendary birds, Moltres and Zapdos. So anyways, if you want to watch the original video, the link will be in the description down below. If you want more reaction videos, please make sure you subscribe to my channel, alright? Because more subscribers means that I'll keep posting reaction videos. So anyways, without further ado, let's get started.
Rumor has it, there's been videos circulating around online that there's this new super rare Pokemon out that is proven impossible to catch. But you know me, impossible is not a word that I understand, so we're gonna find this thing and stick him in our balls.
Rock.
What?
Rock. Promotional thing that Nintendo's doing. Well,
what's
okay,
that?
gotta catch 'em all.
That's not a Pokemon. It's a fan-made Pokemon.
I could do this all day, you little beetle catching bitch.
Suck on this great ball. Got it.
Oh.
Are you kidding me?
Maybe you should lay off the candy, Fat Pat.
Who's that guy? Is that Mike Tyson or something?
That's just my theory.
Man, Pokerock is a dick. Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory, where that opening was a part of a collaboration I did with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Yeah, the Fast and Furious guy.
Oh, okay.
That's why I gave The Rock Pokemon Go. So even though I didn't catch him, I'd call it a win. If you want to check out the whole video I did with him, click right here. But the fact that I got to
I wonder what will happen if The Rock tries to catch Matt Pat.
About a Pokemon game just goes to show how big Pokemon Go actually is. And
Yes.
if you needed any more proof, just a few days after the game's release, it basically doubled the value of Nintendo. The whole company. In a week, it became the biggest mobile game ever, crushing Candy Crush.
Ooh.
Literally everyone is checking it out. All genders, every age group. I mean, when my
Man, that is
phone
very
was
surprising.
asking me to breed with her female Nidoran, I think two things. First, this game is huge. And
I know, it's
seriously?
like true, it's huge. Like the game is so huge. Like again, I never expected for Pokemon Go to become really popular.
You can't find male Nidoran, Grandma? They're literally like every 5 steps. Oh, and let's add to the list number 3. I never, ever want to think about breeding and my grandparents in the same sentence ever again. Ugh. But despite the enormous number of people playing this game coming from all walks of life, one trend has already started to emerge. The domination of Team Mystic. That's not me showing...
Again, I joined Team Mystic because I actually thought Articuno is better than the other 3 legendary birds, Moltres and Zapdos.
Favoritism, it's a proven fact. Now, for those of you who don't know, or live in Brazil where the game's not released yet and have to rely on the Olympics to entertain you instead, once a player reaches level 5, they must first pick a team. Mystic, Valor, or Instinct. This in turn dictates your team color, your team leader, and which team you battle for at gyms. But most importantly, once you've picked your allegiance, it's impossible to switch teams. So it's a permanent move in the game. And yet, despite presenting 3 evenly matched teams to the player, 43% of total players of Pokemon Go are currently Team Mystic. That's nearly half, despite there being 3 options. It's a massive...
Okay, if 43% of the trainers are part of Team Mystic, then what's the percentage of trainers that are part of the God dang, I forgot the other names. It's that Moltres thing, Zapdos thing. Forget about that. Forget it.
Difference as Valor only has 32% of players.
Oh, okay.
Instinct is far behind with only 25%.
Yeah. Okay, now I know. It's Valor and Instinct. I can't believe I keep forgetting those other team names. The Moltres thing and the Zapdos thing. Valor and Instinct. Man, I should have just memorized before picking a team.
Which begs the question of why? How could one team dominate the choice so heavily? Well, what's really happening here is a collision of personality, competition, and social psychology. In other words, a whole lot of science. And when you boil it down, there are actually 3 key reasons why Team Mystic is the Pokemon Go team of choice. And no, it's not just a hashtag Team Mystic thing. So let's pick apart the minds of Poke trainers across the globe to get to the root of Mystic's magical domination of the field. Every day, the stuff we see around us influences the way we think, usually way more than we even realize. Ads, marketing, even regular news articles you read take advantage of the way your brain works. And I'm here to tell you that Pokemon Go teams are no exception. We're going to get into plenty of psychology about the teams themselves, but before we even get to that, I'm going to tell you that the way the game's marketing presents the teams, as well as the game's interface, makes you predisposed to choosing Team Mystic. Look at this layout of the teams. And this one. And this one. Which team do you notice first when you look at all these images?
Well, it's Team Mystic.
Well, if you're like the vast majority of the population, you notice the one in the middle. This is called the center stage effect, and it's one of the most common marketing tools out there. In a display case, you're more likely to look at and consider the object in the middle, and not the ones on the end.
Okay.
It's also known as the Goldilocks effect. The way the Goldilocks effect says that most people choose the middle option. If everything seems relatively equal across all of them, like people don't get a special prize for choosing one, well then they'll choose the one that's visually in the middle. That's why if you have the choice to go inside the same building through one of 3 doors, well, you're most likely to choose the middle one. And if all 3 bathroom stalls are clean, people will choose the middle option to poop. Unless, of course, there's someone in that first stall, in which case you can bet I am going to the completely opposite side of that room. Not being that creepy guy who chooses the stall right next to the other guy who happens to be in there. Give me space, okay? Pooping is not a group activity. Speaking of, in high school, the group of guys in my show choir would have this thing where they would all run to the bathroom together and have a poop party.
Ew! Really? Man, that is so disgusting. Oh my god, that is pretty disgusting. Really?
Never did it. Very confused. Sorry, back to Pokemon. Just very shy about my stall ethic, okay? Anyway, if you're a huge Pokemon fan or you already know things about these teams, well then, the choice isn't so equal anymore. For instance, if you have a friend on Team Valor, you might be tempted to also choose Team Valor to play with that person. It's no longer a neutral choice. But for those of us with no friends, still walking around at level 5, not realizing that we just have 75 Bellsprouts to our name, well then, we're just gonna choose based on whatever's in front of us. And what's in front of us at the moment of choice is Team Mystic. Now for those of you jumping onto the Pokemon Go train a couple weeks in, well there's another factor as well. Everyone wanting to be on the winning team. Think about it. This is one of the few games most of us have played in recent memory where you actually have to occasionally interact with real people in the real world. It's horrifying. And for those of us who are used to the anonymity of the internet where we can celebrate our victories by dancing around in our basements in our underwear,
okay.
Admit it, you do it too. We don't want to face the embarrassment of a loss, especially when playing a game in the real world. No, now when we're going to choose a team, there's a whole lot more at stake, but we have an advantage. We already know what the most popular choice is because everyone else has been talking about it. We know what team gets more wins, controls more gyms, and potentially has the best shot at special perks because it's the team with the most people. You guessed it, it's Team Mystic. This is called the bandwagon effect, and it's a very real
bandwagon
phenomenon that says that people are more likely to adopt a belief or start doing something if they already think it has momentum. It's the reason why Yelp reviews exist. As human beings, we get information from the people around us. We go with the majority based on instinct. No, not team instinct, just actual instinct. So think of a really terrible example from history. One of the most horrific moments in history where people joined a bandwagon and got carried away. You guessed it, Justin Bieber. As more and more people thought he was
I
good,
thought it's
the
Hitler.
easier and easier it became to overcome the critics, despite everyone's eardrums.
I thought it's Hitler.
Justin Bieber goes to show how dangerous bandwagoning can be. You see it on YouTube all the time, where for a while it becomes cool to hate someone or some channel, or badmouth some kind of video or a game. With Pokemon Go, people see that it's easy to be in the in crowd if they choose Team Mystic, so they're more likely to choose it. On top of it already being reinforced by seeing it front and center quite literally all the time. But it's not all about how the teams are presented to you on the screen, they're also all associated with a color. Mystic is blue, Valor is red, and Instinct is yellow. And last week, to help write this episode, I surveyed you loyal theorists, and over 30,000 of you responded. One thing that was immediately interesting about your answers was that 23%, or about 7,000 total, chose your Pokemon Go team based purely on the color. That's a lot of people, over a fifth. So then why would the blue Mystic team have the advantage here? Well, first, because blue is the world's most popular color across multiple teams.
Oh, I did not know that. I did not blue is the most popular color. Like, I did not know that. Like, my favorite color is both red and blue. I never expected for blue to be the most popular color in the world.
Tests across nearly all countries and across both male and females. Second favorite, either red or green depending on the country, and much further down the list is yellow. And remember, that's exactly how our 3 teams lined up. First Mystic blue, then Valor red, then Instinct yellow. Here in the United States, this color battle takes on even more meaning since it's an election year, with one political party being associated with red and the other with blue. And yet, in an ironic twist, regardless of whether a person is a blue Democrat or a red Republican, on the whole, blue is still the preferred color. But why? Well, scientists believe it has a lot to do with the calming emotions blue tones evoke. It's the color of the sky on a sunny day or a calm body of water. Red, on the other hand, is often the color of anger, rage, or passion.
Yeah, well, blue makes me think of beauty, and red, it makes me think of like hell or anger or violence or any other bad stuff.
Intense emotions. It's an active color. And this held true with the data that you guys sent in. As part of the quiz, we asked you to submit your personality types based on the Myers-Briggs assessment, which gives you letters based on your personality. The first one of those letters is giving you either an E or an I. E for extroverted or an outgoing people person versus I for introverted or someone who prefers being in smaller, quieter groups. And true to form, Valor with its active, aggressive red have the highest percentage of extroverts. It's also worth mentioning that about a year ago I did an episode all about color theory and about how different colors affect your performance in certain games, with science proving that red teams do better in high-action FPS style games, and blue teams doing better with strategy-based games like chess and MOBAs. So where does all of this leave yellow? Well, yellow is rarely associated with any competitive qualities.
Yeah.
It's about optimism, happiness, which helps explain why it's the last choice based on color theory. Psychologically, you don't get any advantage in the game, and looking outside of Pokemon, yellow doesn't have a big strategic position as a color in general.
Yeah.
It national flags and rarely appears on sports jerseys. You can even see these color theories at work in brands that choose these particular colors. The Nintendo Red conveys that their games are all about excitement and immediate action. Think about the platformers like Mario or the wide-open adventures of Zelda. Then look at Blizzard's Cool Blue, which conveys that their games are about strategy and building strength over the long game. Blue is also one of the key colors in IKEA, incentivizing customers to calmly walk around the store, taking their time, getting lost in the rooms upon rooms upon rooms of items. Seriously, I am always getting lost in IKEA. Yellow is the other color of IKEA, which conveys a sense of, I guess, optimism that you'll ever be able to turn these 68 pegs and composite boards into a nightstand. Or was it meant to be a coat rack? But all of that is just the tip of the iceberg. If global trends in color psychology, group bandwagoning, and user interfaces don't have you convinced as to why Team Mystic is currently crushing the leaderboards, then I can do you one better. I can identify your team simply by knowing a little bit about your personality. I mentioned this before, but it's definitely worth mentioning again right here. When we asked you to fill out a form about your Poke Team preference, 30,000 of you responded. Seriously, psychologists work for a year to get even 1,000 people to fill out a survey, so having 30,000 people take a poll would have them more excited than any of us catching a Gyarados. So thank you guys so much for that. And the data that you sent in showed the third reason why Team Mystic is crushing it on the leaderboards, which means I owe you some results next time. And in the meantime, remember, that's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching. Get to shake 3 times. Oh.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. And I'm sorry, I did not talk a lot in the video, but that's okay. I am new to making reaction videos. If you want to watch the full entire video, the link will be in the description down below. I know why Team Mystic dominates Pokemon Go. Again, if you want more reaction videos, then make sure you subscribe to my channel, alright? Because more subscribers means that I will post more reaction videos. Also, if you like the video, hit the like button. Please not hit the dislike, because I do not want to feel sad again. Alright, just hit the like button. Alright, so yeah, that's it. So as always, I will see you later.